Hey guys, this is a preview and a walkthrough of my newest follower, Ninara. Ninara is my take on a gnome for Skyrim that kind of weaves into the Dwemer lore a little bit, and you can find her at Mzinchalift. So if you start from Dawnstar, Mzinchalift is here, and I'm going to show you how to get to it on the map pretty easily. I'm taking 3 followers with me just to kind of cakewalk this a little bit. So if you are going down the road from Dawnstar, leaving, head towards this ruin here. And you'll see a Dwemer ruin pop up right there. That's Mzinchalift, off in the distance. So I'm just going to fast travel to it. I've already cleared out the area on the outside. But if you go through here, there'll be a few bandits to take care of. And you go all the way down to the bottom here, and this is the entrance to Mzinchalift. And you can find Ninara in the first large room when you first enter the dungeon. So we'll have 2 little pockets of enemies here to take care of.
Never should have come here.
Is someone there?
Over here!
Sorry, but you left me with no choice. Huh? Time to end this little game. Here we go.
That's the best you can do? You're worse. Is someone there? Teach you to mess with me.
We're missing one, but I guess she'll catch up. There we go. So if you go down here, as soon as you get to the gate,
You're pathetic. You think you stand a chance?
Predictable outcome. Thanks for your help. I was awakened and then suddenly attacked. My name's Ninara Laura Wazinthria, but I realize it might make communicating take longer than usual, so you can just call me Ninara. An adventurer? Oh, do you mean a traveler? An emissary? No, I'm a Dwemer drone, bred to assist with the design and manufacture of devices and equipment for my masters. I was awaiting reactivation when these tall ones managed to deactivate my pod and remove me from stasis. The Dwemer of Mzinchalift, who I was assigned to, fell prey to a deep elf incursion. I was commanded to return to my pod until things were under control, which puts me in stasis, a deep sleep, where my body and mind are preserved. Things look very run down here. I wonder how long I've been sleeping. Oh, that's a very long time, I think. Timekeeping isn't my primary responsibility. but I believe I was last awake around year 700 of the First Era. Can you lead me to the Dwemer here? I need to be reassigned. It sounds like you're saying they're extinct. If so, that's very unfortunate. That means I no longer have a purpose. Perhaps I could assign myself to you? At least until I can determine what to do next. I'm an abled fighter and crafter, weaponry being my specialty.
So here you can choose to take her with you, or just leave her here and come back and get her later.
Years old. Who knows?
Wonderful. Then I shall assign myself to you and follow where you lead. Hey there. Absolutely. Carrying duty activated.
Okay, and the whole gist of this mod is that she's a tinkerer, so she can discover new things to make eventually by looting schematics off of certain types of enemies like Falmer or Dwemer constructs, and when you trade them to her, she reads them, and every 2 to 3 schematics will give her like an idea, and that's like a new invention she can come up with. These are the things she starts off with. A poison launcher. These are all done from assets in the game that have been kit bashed together. So this is like fires poison canisters that explode and hit organic enemies in the area with poison damage. She can learn how to make different kinds of launchers. These are the glasses that she comes with. And then she dual wields hammers. And these are the hammers. They're basically like smaller war hammers. And basically, I will walk you through her other features as she mentions them, because when she's with you, she'll kind of tell you her capabilities. She doesn't really talk all the time, but when you first meet her, she kind of gives you a little bit of exposition so that you're not lost.
With pinpoint precision.
She should pop up a quest very soon.
Oh no. I'm missing a crucial piece of equipment. Can we talk for a moment? What's on your mind? When I was awakened, my hammers and poison launcher were nearby. But it seems my custom light shot rifle is missing. It's really important to me. It was one of the very first weapons that I crafted, which I improved over time. There's no other weapon like it. Well, if it isn't on one of the bodies around here, it must be deeper in Menzincheleft. It's probably beneath the gatehouse near where armaments used to be stored. I'm not sure if that section is still open after all this time, but hopefully my rifle is nearby. Fantastic. I know we have only just met, but your help isn't something that I'll soon forget. Further into Menzincheleft we go.
Basically, it's all the way at the end, near the gatehouse, where you exit from this area. From this dungeon, rather.
In my day, Menzincheleft was a Dwemer outpost. I spent some time doing weapons research and construction in Arkanthams before being moved here.
She basically comments about different dungeons that you're in, and if they happen to be Dwemer themed, she will comment if she knows anything about those particular areas, and if she was involved in any way. She also comments on things that you pick up, different areas in the game, inns, wilderness areas.
Is someone there?
Come on! Die, damn you!
You see this?
The Dwemer never really cared for the fact that I was strong-willed, and that my speech was more than a little colloquial.
This little guy here is glowing. That means there's a schematic on him. And you basically just trade the schematics to her, and they're assumed to be red. They will get marked as red. She's going to tell you about them in a second.
If we run across any Dwemer schematics, I could give them a look and possibly come up with some ideas for new creations. Hey there.
So you can basically just loot a bunch of these and trade them all to her, or trade them one at a time.
I always have
whichever
room for
you
odds and
prefer.
ends.
But as you can see, trading it makes it red.
Thanks. These schematics should put me in the right direction.
That doesn't mean she's come up with anything yet. It usually takes 2 to 3 of them. When she comes up with an invention, it'll show up in the top left corner of your screen. And then, let me turn this on. It'll be on by default when you install her. But there's a feature.
What's on your mind?
I think it's under options
Affirmative.
here.
You can't
was that
found
for
you.
me?
Check this out.
I'm sorry,
Damn you!
but you left
How
me
can I
with
help
no
you?
choice.
Absolutely.
I'd like you to build prototypes of the things you discover.
Sure, I'll put it on my list.
Now with that on, which will be on by default, when she's near a forge in any town, she'll be able to walk up to the forge and make a copy of each item that she can create one time, the things that she's discovered. Doesn't cost any materials, it's just kind of like a quick way to get the items into the game. If you don't want to do it that way and you just want to build them yourself, you can turn this off. You need a 25 smithing while you're with her to make any of the items that she discovers, or 50 smithing if you're by yourself. And there's no perk requirement in order to keep it compatible with all the different overhauls and such. But when she's with you, it's assumed that she's helping you.
Ready and razor sharp.
So we're going to go further in and get a rifle for her.
If you find me some good quality Dwemer scrap, I can melt it down into ingots when we're near a forge.
What that means is scrap that you can normally melt down, you can give it all to her, and when she's near a smelter, she can take that scrap to the smelter and smelt it. She basically returns the same amount that you would if you were doing it, but as you go up in relationship with her, she has 4 relationships ranks. It starts off at 0, but every one above 0, she gets a 10% bonus of the return or the yield on things that she smelts. And you can always talk to her.
You got my gears turning.
Under features.
Sure, I can do that.
And you can see what schematics and discoveries.
That's a very good question. Let's see.
So we've made no discoveries. We have 18 remaining, and we've read 1 schematic.
Of course. These are the things we can make.
And it's going to be none, because she hasn't learned anything yet.
I'm still getting to know you, but so far, so good.
Acquaintance, rank 0. And you get these points by giving her things that she likes, she'll let you know, or giving her schematics, or just spending time with her.
I'm right behind you.
Oh, and completing quests specifically for her will give you some bonus.
What was that?
There you are. Teach you to mess with me.
We'll pick up some of this scrap to give to her. That wasn't scrap, but
The Dwemer were in the
gemstone.
process of turning part of Mazinchaleft into an additional research facility. Soon after, the Falmer uprising started.
So that's what she knows about this area.
What was that?
The chance to drop is random, but every time a a chance is missed, there's a bonus added until you get a guaranteed drop. And there's a timeout about 40 seconds between drops, so they won't drop like, you know, showering down with schematics. You can also find schematics in some boss chests that are either Falmer or Dwemer themed, and all the court wizards will sell some.
If I come up with any new designs by reading schematics, I should be able to create a prototype when I'm near a forge.
She's talking about the prototyping feature, which I explained. This is just a little puzzle to get further in. You just keep going until you can't go any further, basically.
I've prepared separate wig and jewelry containers to keep things organized. If you find things you'd like me to wear, just talk to me about it.
I'll show you that in a second. Talking about,
Ready to tinker.
if you go to features,
That's a sensible request.
she has two things she can do here. She has a wig box. Any wigs that you have, there's some supplied with this mod, and there's also any mods that you have installed that gives you extra wigs to put on people. You can put in this box, and she'll randomly select from them. About once a day, she can switch her wigs out for something else. And the same thing with the jewelry box. You can basically put anything else that you want her to wear, like earrings or hair bow or necklaces, that sort of thing. You probably want to keep it to not armor pieces that she's normally going to wear, and she'll do the same thing with the wigs, where, you know, she could put on a different set of earrings if you want.
Sure can. Would you like me to add some wigs that I like?
And we're going to say yes here.
You got it.
If you have your own wigs in mind, you can tell her no, and she'll pick from one of these.
Ready and razor sharp.
She'll also comment about wearing the wig when she switches them out herself. And we go deeper in. This is a medium-sized dungeon, so it's not enormous. Probably 10 minutes to get through it. 10, 15, depending on what you run into. And like I said, I've got this
That's impressive.
not
was
super
that?
hard, so I can just kind of get through it. That's her launcher.
Trouble has pinpointed our location.
Since these enemies are organic based and they're not undead, she can hit them with poison. She'll discover different launchers with different effects.
Those were the days. Tinkering away in the depths of the underground, surrounded by gears and gadgets beyond imagination.
She'll discover different launchers with different effects. So there's one that she can discover, which is corrosion, which will do more damage to machines. That sort of thing, to kind of balance it out among the different enemy types. And they basically function as stabs, just so she can use it in one hand. And the rifle we're going after, it functions basically like a crossbow. Should be a few enemies up here.
Huh?
There you are. Teach you to mess with me.
Go take these guys out, see if we can get a schematic to
Someone
draw.
there?
Come on.
Booyah!
Did you hear something?
Still nothing. You're doing an area with lots and lots of Falmer, like towards the end of Dawn Guard, you'll get plenty of drops. But this is supposed to be something that she gets these items gradually. So, you know, over the course of a few hours of play, you should be able to get them all. If you're in the right areas, of course.
They're just as bad as the rest of them.
And we've gotten, I believe, 2.
Ready to engage. Of course. Consider me your portable item repository.
And they'll all be marked red.
Behold, I've made a discovery.
That's a different kind of hammer. Her armor also comes with her. It's kit bashed as well. And there is an option in the installer to just use regular dwarven armor if you prefer.
What was that?
Oh, also all the items that she makes, you can use them for yourself or any of your followers. So you could give them all launchers.
I hope we find some traps. I'd love to study them.
Or hammers or whatever you want to do. Oh, we should check these chests up here just in case. It's not a 100% chance, but there's a chance that she'll have schematics in these chests. We're actually not too far from the end. We just got 2 large
someone
rooms.
there?
What was that?
Come on.
Located and targeted.
Here we go.
And he's got a schematic because he's glowing.
Ow!
Enough of this.
And if you don't like the glowing mechanic because it's not immersive, you also have an option to talk to her and turn it off. But it just might help people that...
It's always exciting to see what kinds of things a foe is carrying.
it's helpful for people that, you know, want to make sure that they're picking the schematics off of all the enemies. And even if you miss a few, schematics will continue to drop until she gets all 18 of her discoveries, and then you can still get the schematics if you really want to raise a relationship through chests and
What
through
was that?
vendors.
Someone
Did you hear
there?
something?
By the way, these extra followers are from a mod called Kinky Princess. It's like a little dancing club, gentleman's club for Skyrim, if you were wondering. Got another one drop. We got one in the chest.
I bet you found some amazing things in that chest. Did you?
We'll give her these two and see if she possibly comes up with another one.
How can I help you? Of course. Consider me your portable item repository.
I had 3, so she definitely will. Oh, and by the way, when she's in town and near a vendor, she can sell off any schematics that she's read.
Behold, I've made a discovery.
Oh, we got 2. She must have been very close from the
Your
last
bravery
one.
and my strategic thinking, we should do just fine.
So, the Fabricator's Dwarven Spider is basically a summoning staff. And the ammo, I think it said,
You got my gears
you
turning.
can always ask her.
You got it.
I think it said silver ammo.
Of course. These are the things we can make.
Yep, light shot ammo, silver. That basically will do more damage to undead and lycanthropes. And then there's the Dwarven Fabricator Spider.
Forward and onward.
Make sure we get some more scrap for her. We're at the gatehouse.
Over here.
Ah! I've got you now.
Come on.
And she was hanging back there because she doesn't have a rifle yet, and she can't use a launcher against the mechanical. So we got a rifle.
Ready to tinker. Perfect. Though I can create a similar rifle, this one has a little extra spark to it. I can't thank you enough for your help. By the way, I was thinking about my situation as we traveled through the rest of Manzinchileft. Things seem to be as bad as you said. There aren't any traces of the Dwemer remaining. Only the machines and the Falmer remain. Since I don't seem to have anyone left and you seem decent enough, I'd like to continue keeping you company. Good. Then I suppose adventure awaits and I have a whole new world to discover outside of this place. I'll follow your lead, Tall One.
And now with the... Oh, and she also just made a discovery because we completed a quest for her. So she can make explosive ammo. And it's all completely random. It randomizes when you first install her. So now she has a rifle to use different kinds of shot with. Oh, and if you haven't done it yet, you can pick up Mule's blade here for her quest.
That is certainly a fortuitous find. Luck favors the curious.
And this should lead us right out. She has 3 other quests that come with her too, kind of flesh her out. And one is kind of a follow-up to this area.
It's surprising these gears still turn after all these years. They really did design things to last the test of time.
I'm going to show you what she does in town. A quest will pop up pretty much after you leave this area. We're going to go back to Dawnstar, and I'll let her pop that quest up.
I'd like to know as much as I can about the new world. If we come across any books along the way, I'd love to read them.
So that quest is Never-Ending Stories. She wants to read books to learn more about the world, so you can bring her 8 unique, valuable, or rare classic Skyrim books. And if you don't want to worry about figuring what those are, any book valued at 8 gold or higher will work. And once you complete that, she'll make another discovery because it inspires her, and you get some reputation with her. You should have got a little bit
Hey
already.
there. That's a sensible request. I'm still getting to know you, but so far, so good.
Yeah, we're at 76. Oh, and you also can pick where you want her to stay, either during the day, the afternoon, and night, and where you want her to sleep. So she does have that built in.
Of course.
And the other options...
Affirmative.
A couple of these might need some explaining. Right now she's wearing the outfit that she came with, but you can switch this. It'll basically make her nude, and you can trade any items you want with her to wear, which is normal with the game, but she'll also wear them if she's not with you. Companion mode is basically like if you don't have enough slots to pick her up, like in your follower manager or in vanilla if you already have a follower with you, you can turn this on and she basically acts like a custom follower with her own framework, and she can sandbox and catch up to you, and you can also toggle those. You can change her comment frequency down to never if you don't want to hear her make comments. The prototype, you already saw that. You can turn off the body glow for schematics. Okay, these two here, I found that when I made the...
Eager and armed.
I don't know
Ready
why I
to
jumped
engage.
out. Found that when I made the...
Absolutely.
The launchers, if she would go into bleed out and she had a launcher in her hand, sometimes coming up out of bleed out she would have that perma-block bug. So what I did is I created a way to fix it. This will basically reset her when you talk to her, and it will take everything out of her inventory, it'll store it, it'll reset the character, and then give her all of her inventory items back. And this should fix the blocking bug. And you can also have a power that does the same thing, which you can use on her or on any of your other followers if they exhibit the same problem.
Okay.
It doesn't happen very much with her because she's designed...
All systems are go.
...that when she goes below 20% health, she'll just automatically unequip any staff that she's got in her hands. So that tries to prevent the bug, and I haven't really seen it happen very much. Except when
If the
it
Dwemer
first
made
happened.
robotic frogs, guess what they would sound like? Rivet, rivet.
She does do little jokes. So we'll go back to Dawnstar. And we just need to get close enough. It doesn't scan all the time. It's...
Ha! Found you!
I have to admit, I'm disappointed.
It doesn't scan all the time when she's near an area that, like a smelter or a forge, and she has the things that she needs to work those areas. It basically scans once every, I think it's...
The night has a certain stillness to
60
it
seconds.
that I find very calming. It's like the world holds its breath in anticipation of the coming day.
But you don't need to be right up on it. You can be over here doing something, and she'll just walk over to there and start smelting stuff. Make sure I
Can
gave
I be
her-
of assistance? Uh-huh. I always have room for odds and ends.
I don't think I gave her anything to smelt. You get a notification when she's going to the smelter. So it usually should be pretty fast. And she'll work it, and then she'll walk back over to you and give you the ingots.
I melted down some of those Dwemer items you gave me.
And then if we go over to where the forge is, because we have prototyping on, she'll make one of each item.
I like to think that my height gives me a unique perspective on things, and my determination makes me a pocket-sized problem solver.
Oh, and with the prototyping, she only does it once. It does keep track of what she's made. And as it says, she's going to the forge. Oh. I guess they were too close and she went ahead and just made the items. So if we check her inventory...
Ready to tinker. Sure, as long as you don't mind the clutter.
We see that she's made... If it's ammo, she'll make 50 of them. So she's made 50 silver ammo and 50 explosive, and she has it fabricated with the spider. And then the other 2 quests will pop up as you get higher in relationship with her, just to kind of not throw everything at you all at once, give you time to get used to her and discover some more items to mess around with. But that's the follower. I hope you all enjoy it. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more, and you all have a nice evening.